Boom, boom, boom. Are we back? Are we back? Are we back? We're back, I think. Are we back? I think we're back. Don't know what happened there. Completely went on me. The joys. The joys of live. When I was messing around with the screen and I wiggled it, and on like I think it started on Windows 7, when you have more than one tab open and you press and hold one and you kind of wiggle it side to side, it closes them all down, and it just knocked everything off. Yeah. Very clever of me doing that. But anyway, we're back. Microphone's still working and we are back. Why is my quality on? Oh, no, it's because it's on. Yeah, so we are streaming at 1080, 60 frames a second, which is the most YouTube allows, I believe. Or no, they do 4K, but it's only I streamed at 4K first, but I don't think not everyone could use it, and YouTube was struggling to keep up with it. So I just said we'll just do 60 frames a second at 1080. OBD game unplugged. Yeah. Yeah. So I'll wait for a few more people to get on, and then we will. Did I show you my Did everyone see my new camera? I don't know if whoever wasn't here at the beginning of the original stream. We've got a new camera. So what I'm going to do is on my new channel, which I have filmed a few videos for, my electronics channel and repairing channel. So we're going to be repairing all sorts of stuff. I've got a TV, I've got games consoles, I've got ECUs, I've got electric power steering modules. What else have we done? We've done an ABS module which we've repaired, and I'm going to be showing a like a homemade, well, do-it-yourself oscilloscope, and I'm going to show that now in a second. So what I can do with this Stream Deck, which is just bloody awesome, you just can't see it, but just here, or technically just that side, no, that side, I have another camera with a light. So when I press a button, all this turns off, and a light turns on, and a camera turns, everything turns on with a press of a button. You ready? So we go, boom! Look at that. Awesome. So this is another camera, and I can put myself on it. So I can also come on the bottom. You can see just here, where are we looking? You can see that there, look, you can see that light. That's the light that I'm using for this new camera. We'll just turn myself off. Oh God, the fucking microphone keeps muting itself. So what I was saying was, I'm going to be showing this. This is a single channel oscilloscope, but you have to solder it yourself. So I'm going to be teaching Dan how to solder, because bless him, he does struggle. He does struggle with soldering. But what this is a really cheap kit that you buy and you basically build yourself. And what it really is good for, you teaches you little things about electronics, you know, components and stuff like that. It teaches how to solder, but also you get like a single channel oscilloscope. Yes, it's not very powerful, but it does simple things. And it's just handy to have in your toolbox because it's bloody cheap. Not for any other reason, just because it's bloody cheap. Microphone went on holiday. So yeah, that's what's really good about it. And it just, you know, so we've also got, we're going to be repairing a screen on this. This is a Amazon Fire, or an Amazon Kindle Fire. But even though you kind of forget about what it is, because it doesn't matter what it is, repairing the screen on this is essentially the same as repairing a screen on a phone, repairing a screen on anything. Essentially, it's the same process you have to go through. So even if you haven't got a Kindle, it's nothing to do with the Kindle. It just shows you how to replace screens and digitizers and stuff like that. Because technically, when people see this, they think, you can see the ring light there as well. They think, oh well, you know, my screen's broke. No, the screen isn't broke. The digitizer's broke. There's a difference. The screen on this is still working perfectly. The digitizer is what's actually cracked. Well, not actually. Sorry, no, it's not even the digitizer, because the digitizer is still working. It's not the LCD screen. It's just the screen at the top. So yeah, we're going to be showing all that. I've got other stuff that I've got to repair as well, which I haven't got to hand, have I? No, we've got other stuff. Oh, typical. I've got even a little... I'm choking. I've got even a little... Oh, where is it? I can't find it. Just turn this off for a second. And we are back. Move the old light out of the way. There you go. Look, you can't see it anymore. I've even got a Tesla coil, which I'm going to be showing you how to make, which is really cool. You can shock your friends with it. So I'm going to be showing you how to make a Tesla coil as well, which is bloody cool. And so just little things like that, basically, that we're going to be going through and showing you stuff. And, you know, just having a bit of crack, basically. That's it, really. My phone went on holiday. It's cool. I want to get into soldering. Yeah, well, soldering, the thing with soldering, right? Soldering is like anything. It's easy once you have the right stuff. And unfortunately, just like anything, you buy cheap, shitty solder, it's shit. Let's get back on to... Let's move this out of the way. And I will explain. And Dan, you need to watch this. You can learn something now. Right, just getting a few things ready. Now. Are you ready? Hey mate, have you ever done a video on how to remove broken globe? No, but I'm in the process of doing it because there is two that I need to repair in my van. So that's coming very, very soon. Right. Let's get on to solder. Right. So what we've got here is, this is nothing to, but it's solder, but it's nothing to do with, this is solder balls. This is this is 0.5 millimeter balls. Look at that. It's really cool putting your finger in there. Behave. Right, so solder. The key of solder is, unfortunately, Normally, the more expensive stuff you buy, the better it is. We have two bits of solder here, right? Kessler, now that is just the Rolls Royce of solder. You will not get better solder than this. It is expensive, but it's bloody good, right? And like everything, it all comes down to a couple of things. It comes down to cores. The more cores you have in your solder, the better. This has, I believe, this has like, what does this have? This has like 6 cores or something, or 4 cores. I can't remember. Not a lot. This is 66 cores. And also what this is, which I prefer, this is 60/40, right? And this is 30. Oh, can't. What is this? Oh, let me get the other one. This is 63/37. So that is, well, does anyone know what that is before I say? It's fairly obvious once you know what solder is. Does anyone know? It's the content between, hold on, what we got here? You sure it has lead in it? Well, this is the 63/37. This is 60/40. But this stuff is far, far better. But it's like literally 10 times the price of this stuff. Literally. So that's the issue. And you could have the best stuff in the world and be the best solderer in the world. But when you're using cheap stuff, your solder joints are not going to look as nice as they are with proper stuff. And that's just a fact of life, people. It is what it is. It just is. But what I'm going to do with this is I want to show you very, very cheap how you can, with cheap solder, a cheap kit, and cheap soldering iron, because I've got a really cheap soldering iron here, which is like 30 odd years old. It doesn't have any temperature control, so you just turn it on and it just starts heating up. The temperature controlled irons are far better. But anyway, I'm going to show you very, very cheap kit, very cheap solder, and a very cheap soldering iron, just what you can do. Once I start once I do repairs, I do get out the big guns and I get out, temperature controlled soldering irons and stuff like that. But I'm just going to show you that you don't need to spend a lot, because you can literally spend, like anything, you can buy a soldering iron for a £5, or you can spend £5 on a soldering iron. And that's just the facts of life. And the £5 soldering iron is better than the £5 soldering iron. I'm not saying you need a £5,000 soldering iron, by any stretch of the imagination. I'm just saying it does more things, just like the better solder. Anyway, hi Leon. Any ideas on how I get rid of an error code on my Toyota? 1.4 diesel after oil change has an oil level 2 oil level and not from sensor. I tried a few diagnostic tools and unable. So it's just a service light, is it? Or is it an oil sensor light? Because if it's an oil sensor light, it can only be a couple of things: the sensor or wiring. If it's a service light, then not every car can be reset with a scan tool. You have to do it manually. 1.4 diesel after oil change comes as oil level too high. So it sounds most probably like a dodgy sensor. You can, check the wiring, ohm out the sensor, and yeah, go from there basically. But that could be a quite easy one. Most probably just a dodgy sensor. Trying to see if you can see how small. You can see how small my balls are. Hold on, let me get something. Let me get something so you can see contrast. What can I get? I need something white. Then hopefully you can see. And you see how small these are. Now, this, if this works, can you see that? You can't even see it. Look at that solder ball there. There we go. Just kind of see it reflected in the camera. Just see it there. That's a solder ball, and that's 0.5 of a mil. That's when you reball in chips, and you need all different sizes depending on what you're reballing. But that's for reballing chips. Solder balls. Solder balls! I'll be showing some of that as well. How to rework chips, how to put new solder balls on chips. But again, you need machines for that, depending on the size of the chip anyway. You can get away with a hot air station on, you know, kind of smaller chips, ball grid array chips. But yeah, you can see just how small, and you can get smaller balls than that. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing? Boom, we're back. So yeah, unfortunately, just like everything, normally the more expensive stuff you buy, it's normally better, unfortunately. Just had an oil change and come with that error. The sensor is new. The sensor is new and wiring is good. Check the oil level first. It is okay. The sensor and the wiring is obviously closed. Checked. Well, if it's, you need to figure out, is it an error? Is it an actual error, or is it a service light? Because it could just be a simple case of a service light. If you tried a couple of scan tools and it's not coming up any fault codes, then it's most probably a service light. And some service lights can be a nightmare to reset. Toyotas can be bad. I remember some of the Toyota Land Cruisers, and I know this is a timing belt light, but on the actual timing belt light, when that used to come on, you had to take the instrument cluster out and swap some screws over, and it reset it. Now I know that's a timing belt light, but what I'm saying is, yeah, we need to find out, is it a, because if you're telling me the sensor is fine and the wiring is fine, it can't be an error code. It has to be a bloody balls everywhere. Has to be a service light. I can feel these bloody solder balls everywhere. But anyway, what's the time? I will be going soon. In a few minutes. Just thought I'd show the old second camera, and I'm going to get a few more to have a few more different different views, and I just think it's going to make some quite nice videos when we can, you know, go between the cameras, get close up of circuit boards, close up of you know, close up of, well, repairs and all that sort of stuff, do you know? Toyota Jeeps, was it not with the folding tabs behind the clocks? Well, the ones that I've ever done, there was two little screws and you had to screw them out and put them in a different place, which I just thought was crazy, bloody annoying too. And the car, it would come on just like a service light. When the car says the interval was up, it would just come on, but you couldn't reset it, like, you know, either manually or through a scan tool. You had to take the clocks out. But that's a timing belt light. That wasn't a service light. But I've got a feeling that maybe your problem is more of a service light issue. And I've also come across now, again, not in Toyotas, more so in some German Volkswagen stuff, where if someone's reset it wrong, and what I mean by reset it wrong is reset it manually when you're not supposed to. There was something, it was a Golf, I remember, can't remember exactly, but there was some Golf where if you reset it too many times manually, it would essentially lock the clocks where you couldn't even reset it with the scan tool, and you'd have to reprogram the clocks. It was a nightmare, absolute nightmare. And a lot of people were just, resetting them manually because that's how it was easy to do. And then after like so many resets manually, the car would still drive and everything. It'd be no problem. It just you couldn't turn off the service light, and even a scan tool couldn't do it. You'd have to essentially reprogram everything, and it was a ball ache. But they've stopped doing that now, and I think that was a Golf. I'm thinking now for some reason that was a Golf, but I can't remember. But cars keep changing, and they keep changing all the bloody stuff they do with scan tools and with how they do everything and how they read stuff, and just a nightmare. Just a nightmare, because what I've been doing now, let me see if I get this picture up. Is it in here? Oh, it is. This is what I've been doing, people. Look at this. This is a video coming up very soon. And see if the camera doesn't move this time. Can anyone tell me what waveform that is? Look at that. So that's a video that I've more or less filmed now. So that's coming out very soon. Was most of VAG range at the time? Was most of VAG range at the VAG range at the time? Was it not? Can you see that, or do I need to make that bigger? Hold on. I don't think you can see that properly. Can I make my myself bigger? So to click on that, we'll make myself bigger. Boom, bigger, bigger, and we'll get that picture back up. Here we go. Now, look at that. Can you see that? Is that in focus? Maybe not so much in focus, but you get the idea. So that is a really cool video coming up, and I won't spoil it, but you'll have to see it to believe it. I'm looking at the screen now. Can you see that waveform properly? Kind of. Hold on. Am I not on full HD here? Is that why I can't see it? Data from a scope. Yes, but what data was it? If the camera has picked it up properly, which I'm not sure it has, you should clearly be able to see, going off the waveform, what I was actually looking at the time. So, Magic Monkey, because you're an expert at everything, what waveform was that? Because he's often mentioned that he's an expert and he knows everything and gets nothing wrong. So, what waveform was that, mate? Well, I'm fitting a used pump and a regulator to a Mondeo Mark IV tomorrow. After lots of testing and looking at data, I've come up with a conclusion. It's the pressure regulator, but can't justify 260 plus VAT. Yeah, well, that's the thing. You know, parts are bloody expensive. So second-hand parts are cheap, but like everything, they're second-hand parts. So there's always a risk there. But I mean, I fitted a second-hand pump and injectors on a car there last week or the week before. You know, you have to do what you have to do. I'm always fitting second-hand parts because there's a car coming up at the minute where we're talking 5,300 euros in parts, brand new, or 1,500 second-hand. So do you put the, and it was on a 2016 car. The customer's not going to spend $5,500 on these new parts. So he's getting second-hand parts. But unfortunately, the second-hand parts he's getting is a common failure of this car. So, magic, monkey magic has gone very quiet. I see. He's gone very quiet now. I've asked him a question. It's quite funny. From what I can see, it's a crank signal. I don't want to say anything yet until the expert himself comments. And let's see if he's always right. But he's very, very quiet. He's not quiet when he's commenting, but now I've asked him a question, he's very quiet. Isn't that amazing? I was doing a rear wheel hub on my Focus yesterday. I remembered how you hated them 4-star shaped bolts rounding off. Mine didn't round off, but mine didn't round off 4 out of 8 snapped. Nightmare. Yeah, that's the problem with salt on the roads, rusty parts. It's just a nightmare. People don't realize a simple job of just taking off a couple of nuts and bolts or whatever it is should be seconds, and turns out to be nightmare. Oh, I'm gutted that Mr. Expert has not commented, even though I know he's watching, but he's too afraid to comment. What a surprise. What a surprise. Funny, really. I knew that was going to be the case. Should I turn on some lights? Is it going to be better? Right. Now, with a touch of a button, I've got special lights as well, and I can turn them on and off, and we can also adjust the brightnesses. So we're going to turn them on. Oh, is that better? They're on 100% now, I think. Yeah. Oh no, now they're on 100%. They wasn't on 100%. It was only on 30%. They're both on 30% now. But I don't think I need them. You really need them when you've got a green screen and the green screen's kind of flickering behind the person, because you need good light for a green screen. And I got them for the green screen. I literally spent a fortune on them, and because they're all Elgato, and they all can be controlled by the Stream Deck. That's why I got them. So it's all literally a touch of a button, and I can change, the brightness of them. You can see the brightness going down. I can turn them off, turn them on, do everything. And I don't think I really need them, because from what I can see, the green screen is quite good. It doesn't appear to be flickering as bad as I thought it would. But we've got them, so if we need them, but I definitely need it for this camera, for my second camera, because if you see, if I go on to, can I do this? Right, so this, I'll turn on the second camera with the light. So that's the second camera with the light, right? And then if I don't have the light on, so I think if I go back to this, and I think if I do this, am I right? Yeah, now look at the difference. So that's with no light on, and you can see all the shadows. You can see everything. It's horrible, essentially. Where when the light's on, you can't see any of these shadows. You can't see any of these wires or anything. So I definitely need the light for this. And if I turn that on, hopefully you should see the difference. There we go. That's the difference between the light on and off, which I think you will agree is a huge, huge difference. So we can turn that off. And we can go back onto that. So yeah, just slowly but surely getting everything set up to how I want it. Going to be a lot of trial and error, just like everything. So when I'm doing this, I'm going to be, you know, there's going to be stuff that I need and stuff, maybe different angles and stuff like that. Because I'm also looking at getting a microscope as well for the circuit boards. Even though I can zoom into the second camera, and I can zoom in quite a lot. I'll show you that. How far can we actually zoom in? Can I get a circuit board of some sort? Do I have something that looks pretty cool to zoom into? Hold on. Let's see if this works. So we'll turn the light back on. We've got that. If I then get the camera set up to this one, and then I should be able to just, yeah, here we go. So with this one, oh, can you see the little balls now? You can see, okay, that's as far as I can zoom in with this one. But you can still see, you know, it does zoom in quite well. Can you see the little, there you go, look at that. That on the end of my, you can just see it just kind of flickering. Hold on, let me get, where's it gone? Now, the end of that screwdriver, you can just see the little solder ball there, look. That's how small it is. To give you an idea, that's my fingernail next to it. So I can zoom in quite far on this, which is handy, which I still think is going to be quite good. So yeah. Oh, another subscriber. Again, that shouldn't say sorted. That should say another stalker. I don't know why that's not working. Now we're back. That should say another stalker. Because I've set up in OBS Studios, when someone subscribes, it comes up like you just seen there, and it'll say the name. Well, it won't say, you'll see their name, but and it should say, oh, another stalker, right? Because it's quite funny. You can see Andrew B there. It's just come up on your screen. And then when someone leaves a super chat, it will read out the message that they've left. And I've set this up, and it's taken me a long time when I did it initially. And when I test it, it works. But when someone actually subscribes, it doesn't work. I don't get it. See if I go into it now, and we'll just quickly see. Just quickly see if it works, because it's bloody annoying. The time and effort I did setting that up, and now it not working, is bloody annoying. Right, so since I've been live, apparently, according to this, we've got 5 subscribers. But what I should be able to do is go to alert box, and if I test subscriber, see, and I want, when you see that come up in your screen, because it's like I said, it's like a 20-second delay from what I see to what you see. Tell me if you heard, did it say another stalker? So I'll let you know when it's coming up. I'm just looking at the other screen. God, it takes forever. I don't, this lag and delay that's in it is so annoying. Hasn't come up yet. Why is it so long? Oh wow, still hasn't come up. How has that not come up? Test super chat.
Oh, money. How much?
This is a test super chat alert for $67.
Did that show? Why is this not working? Oh, there we go. Wow, that was over a minute delay. God, that delay is horrible. See you later, mate. Good night. I'm going soon now as well. Dan, how we doing? I just don't understand why we've such a huge delay. And I've set the latency to like the best it can be on YouTube. I think maybe I got my settings wrong. I think I got my settings wrong. Because there's no way it can be this much of a delay between like the chat and between something happening in my screen to happen in your screen. There we go. Does that? Yeah, I think it does say it. But why did it not do it properly when someone actually subscribes? Test subscriber. Right, that's subscriber, donation, members, merch, subscriber. Right, so why? Yeah. It should, anyway, I don't know why it's not working. I know it took me ages to set that up. And when I was testing, it's working perfectly. But when someone actually subscribes, it doesn't. So I don't know if the super chat is going to work, if the member's going to work. I don't know if anything's going to work because it works when I test it because you can test each of them separately. Anyway, look, we'll figure it out later. But I'm going to go now. So I'm going to go to bed. And yeah, we'll get the new channel up and going very soon. I am very, very close to be actually. I've done videos. I just haven't released them yet, but I'm very close to actually starting it. But as always, we'll chat to you later. Hope you enjoyed it. Keep watching, usual, and have a great night. I've tried to unsub and sub again. No sound. Maybe it's having a bad delay. Well, hold on. I'll give it a second then to see if it comes up. Because I was literally just about to go. But I'll give it a second to see if it comes up. And I think it's over a minute delay now between what I see on OBS Studios, which is live, to what actually happens on YouTube. And I have the fastest internet you can possibly get in Ireland. I am maxing out YouTube's kilobit rate. Like YouTube cannot go any higher than what I'm doing. But I still, it hasn't come up yet. Has it shown that someone has analytics? See if it's shown that someone has. No, it hasn't. Don't know why it's not doing it. Al, how are we doing, mate? No, it hasn't done it. It's weird. I don't know why there's such a delay, and I don't know why. If you've unsubbed and subbed again, I should have got that message, and it should appear on the screen. I'm just going to set a timer and see. Just when I set the thing, just see. What order's on my way? You've only just sent that now. Fucking idiot. I ordered that a week ago and it's only just been sent now. That's frustrating. Timer. Timer, clock. Okay, I'm going to set this fake super chat, and then when I see it to when you see it. You ready?
This is a test super chat alert for $55.
Right. So I'm now going to see just how long this delay is, because I've seen it 13 seconds ago on my screen. And now I'm waiting for YouTube to catch up. Yes, it's having a bad delay of YouTube processing. Like the last time with 68. Yeah, that was annoying. That was. I was waiting for 2 weeks. Part's crazy. Yeah. So 40 seconds already, and it still hasn't come up. I see it. You see the thing come up, is it? Wow, 51 seconds. It still hasn't come up. If anyone actually knows how I can stop this delay, because this is over a minute now. Saw it straight away. There we go. 1 minute and 7 seconds. 1 minute and 7 seconds for that to show up on YouTube. That's crazy. That's a crazy delay. So I am actually, when you hear me talking, I am 1 minute and 7 seconds in front of you. That's crazy. And I honestly thought once I got proper internet that wouldn't be the case. Reset, go away. I honestly thought that, you know, once I got proper internet that will all go away. Because like I said, I have the fastest internet you can possibly get in Ireland. You cannot get any faster at the minute. Let's make a real one. Thanks a lot, Dan. I hope this works. It should read it out. Oh, come on. Read it out. Why isn't it not working? Oh, that's fucking annoying. It's not working. Why are you not working? I'm seeing it on the chat, but I haven't seen it on my live stream yet.
Oh, buddy. How much?
Let's make a real one, smiley face.
Oh, it worked! It worked! Awesome. That's even better now, because I know it works. Awesome. Well, the software that I'm streaming off is OBS, but you set it up in Streamlabs. So I'm using Streamlabs on the internet to set everything up, and then I'm actually streaming with OBS. But it works. Awesome. Fucking awesome. And it reads out the message people say, because people like it when it reads out the message. You have to be careful, because if someone says something that is maybe a bit rude, it will read it out. Now, I don't care what someone says. I truly don't. But it will read it out. Has it come up yet on the stream? There we go. It's just come up. Awesome. So at least that works. So why doesn't the subscriber one work? It just says boom. It should say. So I know I've done it right. It should say another stalker, but it doesn't. And I'm looking at. Let's go back to test subscriber. Subscriber. I'm looking at stalker, quagmire, and the thing that I put. Yeah. Why? Can I go into this kind of live, or will it mess up? Select audio. Select audio. Upload. Which audio have I actually selected? I can't see. Voice. Is it that one? No, that's going to select it. I don't want to select it. Yeah, I use Streamlabs OBS myself on my gaming channel. You can change the latency in YouTube Studio. Oh, YouTube Studio. Oh, okay. All right, hold on. Can I do that live? Because that is... Right, just let me figure out this first. So Untitled MPEG 3 is what the audio is. So it's this one. Can I play it?
Another stalker.
Yeah, that's...
Sorted.
Whoa, what happened? See, it says sorted. It shouldn't say sorted. Select. Oh, Dan, thanks a lot. It shouldn't say. It should say another stalker. Why is it saying sorted?
Another stalker.
Select. I need to save this. Save settings, even though I've already done that. Right. Make it closer to about 10 seconds. Right, Al, how do I do that in...
Oh, money. How much?
Sorted.
Sauteed. The bot said sauteed. Anyway, before actually, I'm not going to go now because I want to sort this out. So, Al, how do I change it in? Can I change it now when I'm live, or do I have to wait? I'm going to go to YouTube Studio. So I'm in YouTube Studio. Where do I go from now? Settings, is it? I don't know. Is it settings? Settings, channel. Nope. So it's not settings. Where is it? If you can tell me, Al, that would be great. So where do I find the bloody latency? We've only got comment, dashboard. Well, I'm on the dashboard now. It's not going to be that. It's not going to be content, surely. You need to click on Live Studio or Live. You need to click on the Live Studio, open live when your stream key is in there. Hold on. So I can't do it when I'm streaming then. There is something broken in YouTube. When I try to unsubscribe and looking at the error not working to unsubscribe, I've tried 4 to 7 times. Success, maybe. Well, we'll figure. At least the super chat thing is working, so it reads out people's messages, which that's something at least. You need to click on Live Studio. Open the live when your stream key is in there. Are you talking about YouTube Studio or OBS? Because I cannot see any. I cannot see any options in YouTube Studios. I've seen options in OBS, and I've supposedly set it to like the shortest possible. I've never changed it. It's been a while. I can't go into the settings now on OBS because I'll most probably disconnect myself. I'm going to try. This is not maybe going to go well. Will it even let me in? Oh, it's let me in. Okay. Right. Oh, let me go back in. Here we go. Let's do this live, and this is going to most probably go horribly wrong. Right. So, general. Updates, outputs. No, it is in studio. You will... Oh, so it is in studio. Okay. Just, I'm in here now. So, stream, output. See, in OBS, I'm on 0 latency. So that's OBS. So you're saying it's definitely not in OBS. It's in. So here we go. Options. Hold on. Hold on. So YouTube have changed everything. Where you used to put the stream key and everything in. No, it's in the studio. You'll see your live 3 little dots. See, when I go to the 3 little dots and it says options on my live video, it just comes up with edit, title and description, view on YouTube, get shareable link or delete forever. So if I go into edit, see, I can't edit and title. That doesn't give me anything. How do you fucking do it? That's bloody annoying. Because this minute and 7 seconds, that's just redonkulous. On the live, open it, other windows. Oh, okay, so open the live, okay, which I've already done on here. So I've got toggle, I've got community, I've got principal, tog, monitor active, pop out chat. No, it's still not there. 3 little dots next to the edit. Hold on. Right. This is just riveting. Riveting, isn't it? People watching me struggle to try and get this fucking latency down. But it'll be proper for the next one. Right, I don't see it there. Just there's nothing there to give me the option. I don't want to pop out the chat. So we just don't want to pop out the chat. Oh, what's it done now? Search it in Google how to change the delay on your YouTube. I'm going to have to in a minute because I'm bloody struggling. Because I can't see anything. See podcast playlist, stories, posts, videos, live. I think, I don't know if I can do it when I'm actually live. That's the problem. Right, I quickly search it and then I'm going to go see if we can do it live. How to change delay in YouTube live. Right. How to change live stream. Here we go. Now, basically everything you said, but I can't see it. Go to YouTube Studios. From the top right, click Create Go Live. But the problem is I can't do that because I'm already live. So YouTube. YouTube Studio. Go live. Post. Well, actually, hold on. So I can go. at the top, stream manager, click go live. From the stream dashboard, click stream settings under stream legacy. See, I think I need to do that as. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Am I still live or have I messed up? Stream. This is what I wanted to get for ages. See, I'm on low latency, normal latency, or ultra low latency. Which do I need? Is normal latency or ultra low latency? Which one do I need? Does anybody know? I've now got it. But this is in a different it's in a different it's not going to change on this stream. I'm going to have to kind of set it, but at least I now know where it is. Stream latency is delayed between your camera capture and what, yeah, blah, 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 blah. Normal provides high quality video, and it's best if you don't want to interact with your audience. Low, it will want you to interact in real time, and ultra low if you want high. So I need ultra low. I need ultra low according to, but I don't think it's going to work now. Does not support capture at 4K resolution. Oh, for God's sake. See, this is the problem, right? I got this set up and I made this like high-end computer, right? To get the best stream possible, the highest quality possible. I got the fastest internet you can possibly get in Ireland at the minute, so I can stream full on like blah, right? And I can't stream in 4K. I can technically, I've got fast enough internet and a fast enough computer to stream 8K, but YouTube does not support 8K streaming. But I could technically do it if they did, but they don't. So now what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to change the settings so I'm not streaming as a higher resolution as I'm streaming, because it doesn't, ultra low latency does not support 4K, and that's annoying. So I did all that, got the fastest internet, built an animal of a computer, and now I can't stream in like 4K, which I brought 4K cameras. I've got, you know, some of the best graphics cards you can get, CPUs. I've made my own water cooled, well, it's a closed loop system on my PC, and yeah, and I can't stream it full on. Anyway, I now know where this is, so I'm going to set this up. I'm going to save it. So, and next time I come live, we're going to see if the ultra latency actually works. I now know the super chat is working, so thanks a lot for that, Dan. Much appreciated. My subscriber thing still isn't working, and the 1 minute 7 seconds between the chat is just redonkulous. So maybe not streaming at 60 frames a second. I might have to go down to 30 frames a second, which is annoying because that's half the... I might try it still at 60 frames a second, just not do it at 4K. And if 60 frames a second doesn't, I'm going to have to drop it down. I'm going to have to drop it down to 30 frames a second. not nice, but the great side is you can go live on which 4K sites. Why do they support 4K? So like, what do you call it? Oh, what do you call it? That bloody. Oh, why have I forgot the name? Oh, I know what you mean. But I can't, the name's just gone. I unsubscribed and resubscribed there just now. Yeah, nothing's come up. Nothing's come up. So, and what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to mess around with these settings a little bit more. I'm going to go ultra low latency, and I've in my settings in OBS is 0 latency. So that's the OBS sort, and that's already there. But YouTube still, I think the biggest issue is I'm just streaming too high, because like I said, I'm maxing out. YouTube can handle 51,000 kilobytes, and I am maxing that out. I can see it here now. YouTube 51,105, 51,181, 51,223. YouTube is struggling to keep up with this. I'm maxing it out, but my internet is ticking over. Like I said, I can triple that easily, but YouTube can't handle it, and I think that's also why I'm getting higher latency, because I'm pushing YouTube. I stream at 60 frames at 1080. It works fine on ultra low. YouTube does not support 4K yet. Yeah. It does actually support 4K, I think, but you have to, your settings, it doesn't support it on ultra latency, because if I go to normal latency, it doesn't say it doesn't support 4K. And I have streamed at 4K. I have done it. But like I said, I'm pushing, absolutely pushing. It'll only stream at 4K at 30 frames a second. I don't think you can stream at 4K at 60 frames a second. But like I said, technically speaking, my internet and computer is fast enough to stream at 8K. But YouTube can't handle that. Anyway, I will figure this out, hopefully, and we will see you again for another live stream. I appreciate everyone coming on. Oh, choking. Thanks a lot, Dan, for the super chats. Really appreciate that. And I will see you later. Boom.